How's it going, fellow gamers? ChaosEclipse here. We are back on World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and that is a really big turtle in front of me. So this is the boat, so to speak, that I was telling you guys about. This one just sits here. They, I guess, wanted to show it on display with a little carrot on how they have the turtles move. But the actual boat that you catch is the one there, and it's actually taking off right now. You can see there that there is a dock that goes out to it. You can climb up on top of that thing, and it takes you all the way over where we were before. So if we take a look at the map here, we did end up coming to Dragonblight. We were in Borean Tundra, and in case you forgot, this is where you catch the turtle from. They give you a quest, which does end up bringing you over here, and it is the best way to go. So as you can see, I've been questing in the area already. Wormrest Temple. Actually, you know what? We'll go over that in a second. So this area where we're at right now, there is like, I want to say it goes from like level 71 when you start down in this area, because this is where we're at right now. You start down in this area, you'll come up over here, start doing questing in this area, and then it'll bring you up here kind of, and then it'll start putting you all over. Like even when we were, I think here, it gave us a flight path to go all the way over there. So like, I mean, it didn't it didn't make us run over there. We literally got a mission to come over here, talk to someone, and it flew us over there. So we picked up the flight path there too, and then I flew back, and then eventually it brought us up in this area, which there's a flight path here, and then it took us down here, which there is a flight path here, and it threw me off because when I was looking at the actual flight paths for the area, that one actually did not show up. I don't know if I just didn't grab it or what. So if we run up here, there's our flight path up there. Let's go check it out. So if we come up here, we talk with this guy.
Time is money, friend.
Yeah, so it should be right in this area, and it's not, because this one is the keep that is to the right. This is the Star Rest one to the left, and this is the one to the north.
Be good.
So this was the one on the left, which was the rest place, Star's Rest. This is the one to the north. This is the keep, and then there's the one here, but maybe I didn't pick it up. Interesting. Anyway, so before we get into the Wyrmrest thing that I want to talk about, I did come to this area. We did do a little bit more exploring. I came back up here to see why that wasn't there. But even running into this area, immediately I noticed that everything in this area is like 76, 77, and that is just in this area. So I'm assuming going a little further in is going to be even higher. So that might be why there's no missions here. These two, like we talked about before, those are both from the Lunar Festival thing, which those guys are not there, guarantee that. But that might be why there's no quests in this area, because we don't rate those quests yet. We're not a high enough level for them. And if you look at the overall map, obviously there's none here, none here. Well, I mean, there's a couple there, but you know, we're missing out on a lot just because, you know, we don't rate these areas. This would probably be the next area we're going to go to. As you can see, these are 71 areas. So it actually might benefit us to come here after this place, because even when we're done here, we are already level 73. So coming over to this, what is it, the Howling Ford, this area might actually, what's it called, go really quick, just because we do have the levels for that area. And then even Grizzly Hills here, looks like this will be the area probably after Dragonblight. So we'll probably do Dragonblight. This is the last area in the game at the moment, so we'll probably do Dragonblight. We're going to do everything here, whether I like it or not. At least that's my plan. I say that now, but I kept saying we were going to do Netherstorm, and we ended up skipping it. But my plan right now is to do everything here, because once we cap out at level 80 anyway, it's going to be a lot of backtracking, a lot of dailies, so we may as well stick around here and start getting the good stuff, because we are going to have higher level mining here. We'll be able to max out our jewel crafting as well. Eventually we'll bring our 60 to catch up to this guy, and we'll get a lot of our leather working done in these areas too, especially this Borean Tundra area with the mammoths and everything all over the place. But a lot of these places definitely have stuff that you can skin. I think even this place has like a whole bunch of like ice bears and stuff like that. I could be totally wrong about that. I'm trying to remember in my head which one I'm actually picturing, and I cannot remember. I know it's somewhere on the right side over here, but that doesn't really narrow it down because there's like 4 different places over here. And then obviously we have Crystal Song, which is right under Dalaran here. But yeah, so like I said, with this area over here, we will eventually come back to that, but it's too high of a level area after running in there, and then this area is the one for me. So the whole reason we're starting here, even though I want to go over the Wyrmrest thing, these are the walrus guys that I was talking about in the previous video, the Kalu'Ak. At least I think that's how you say it. I hope I'm not offending anyone or anything. And they have a Quartermaster right here. So we are friendly with them. Kalu'Ak. Honored. We're actually honored with them. Okay. So keep in mind, I can't buy anything with them because, well, I mean, I can, but nothing that they have at the moment is going to work for me because the main thing that I'm leveling up with this character that would help would be the jewel crafting. They're not going to have anything for mining just because that's a gathering skill. It's not an actual like crafting thing.
Is there something?
So they do have jewel crafting, as you can see here. We can technically buy that, but with the lack of 350 jewel crafting, since we don't have that yet, there's no point. And then we also have this one here, which we can also buy because that one's for honored. Once again, lack of the jewel crafting. We don't have that yet. So with our current jewel crafting, what am I looking for here? Skills. Jewel crafting, we're at 344. So we're really close. We can definitely buy them now and still, you know, keep them and stuff. But we're also trying to save up for our mount, which at the moment is 4,500. So we're still like 800 away from that. We'll definitely get there, but it's going to take some time. I have been being attacked by Horde. Have not died. I even got away from 2 mages, surprisingly. Even more surprising is they were frost mages, which made me extremely slow. It was actually in this area where we're at now. I was questing over in this area. There was a quest that brought me down to here, and when I was doing quests right here, a 40, or I'm sorry, not a 40, an 80 and a 74 mage, both frost mages. I could tell by their attacks when they were attacking me. All it did was slow me, and then, you know, they were doing nothing but ice attacks. So I went into this cat form here, which definitely got me out of their one that kind of freezes you in place. I was still running slow, but I was able to kind of get away, made it down to the water. They tried following me into the water because they definitely could have finished me. But once you're in the water as a druid, we have our aquatic form. So definitely got to swim away from them. They could not keep up in the water. They attacked me a little bit because originally they were still caught up with me up until getting into the water. And then once we were in the water, I kind of left them behind and they both backed off. And of course, they can't hold their breath. I can swim deep and, you know, breathe underwater with that form. So once again, love being a druid. But all that aside, we haven't had anyone really kill us. Yeah, we did. I lied. We did. Wyrmrest Temple. There's like 4 different levels to this place. So you have your ground level, you have a mid level, and you have a top level. The 4th level is actually under the place, so it's an underground one. I went down there just to see what was there because there was a lot of quests that I can pick up here. As you can see, I even have some completed already. But I went under there to see if there were any down there. There's actually a meeting stone, which you can see there at the bottom of that little pop-up screen there. It says Meeting Stone, Wyrmrest Temple. I didn't realize what that was. I didn't scan over it or anything, but when I went down there, I see the meeting stone. There were Horde all over right there, and level 80 Warlock just kind of dotted me a few times, and of course I couldn't out-heal the dots with my current health and everything, so I ended up dying. But when I went back there to get my body, they were all gone. I guess they ran into the actual dungeon that was down there. It doesn't matter, I couldn't have taken, you know, even one, so it's not like I would have been able to fight them off. But anyway, looking at their stuff here, so they do have leatherworking stuff as well. Keep in mind, this is not always something that's going to sell, things like this. Don't get me wrong, I don't know because I don't play an actual hunter, never have. But the 28 slot ammo pouch that you can make with this, someone might buy it. My suggestion would be when you have things like this, where's our leather working? Do I not have? Oh, we're not on our leather worker. Duh. Okay, well, let's look at our jewel crafting. So if you have something like for instance, this ring. Say I wanted to make this ring, but I was like, oh man, that's going to take a lot of stuff, which this isn't a lot. But say it took a lot of different materials. Here, look, we'll even pick one that does actually take a lot of materials. I know there's one that has like 4 different things on it. Did I just skip one? I think I skipped one. Whatever. Oh, here we go. Perfect. I was going to say whatever and just leave it. So this one's actually perfect. So say I have only enough to make one of this item, and I'm like, man, some of this other stuff I can use to make other things. I don't know if this is actually going to sell or not. What you should do is go in the auction house, take a look, see if there's any in there. Click on the auction house. Literally shift click on this, it will pop the name into the search bar for you. You can search it that way. The other thing you can do is when you're trying to trade, which this isn't going to work here, normally the trade would be 2, but you do have to be in a major city for that, so we'll do 1, which is general. It's not going to link in general. It'll still pop up like that, but it's not going to actually link in general, at least not that I know of. It'll just show up as like a regular chat thing. So instead of it linking, it'll just look like regular text like this. But what you would do is you would go into trade chat. As you can see there, when you're in the city, you have 2 for trade. So you do trade chat, you'll link that in there and just be like, type in WTS, which means willing to sell or want to sell or anything along those lines. And then people will message you if they want to buy it. They'll ask how much you're selling it for, stuff like that. At that point, what you'll want to do is you'll want to negotiate a price first. Make sure they agree to it. If they agree to it, then craft it. Do not craft something like this where it takes a whole bunch of stuff like this before actually, getting someone to actually buy it. Same thing with ones like this. That's why I brought that up, because I don't know how many people actually use ammo pouches. There's ammo pouches. There are gem pouches for jewel crafters. There's herbalist pouches for herbalists. There's mining bags for miners. All of those type of things. Don't get me wrong. They are bigger bags. Like this one, as you can see here, is a 28 slot bag. Mine are only 20. So some people do use these in their banks and stuff. An ammo pouch, I don't think they'll use in their bank. But like the mining, the jewel crafting, things like that, they can definitely use in their bank. It's not a guarantee that they're going to do that. So not even saying that this takes a lot of items for you to craft it, but all I'm saying is make sure that someone is going to buy this before you just start crafting a whole bunch of these. Unless you're doing it for leveling up your leatherworking, then hey, knock yourself out. But just keep that in mind, guys. And then we do have some mail items here, some plate, some cloth, a little bit of leather there. That would actually be a really good piece for me. Has a little bit less agility, but the stamina is a bit higher. Definitely increases the haste, because we have no haste on this item currently. And then it even gives you 114 extra attack, which would technically do more than just cover the agility that's missing. Well, I mean, technically that would only be like 24, because we're already at 90 with the previous one. But still, that I think that would still be a decent piece for me to buy. But of course, as you can see, it requires level 76. Technically, I can buy this right now, but I'm not level 76, so it would be pointless. There's another cloth item there. We have another leather item for, looks like a boomkin or a healer. Another plate piece there. We have more jewel crafting, and that's actually one of the bags there that I was talking about. So there's a 32 slot herbalist bag that you can make for tailoring. I think I said this was a jewel crafting thing, but clearly it's not. It's for tailoring. My apologies. I sometimes misspeak, as you guys know. There's a leather working bag that works with leather workers. So that is something that you would technically make for yourself if you want it. And that actually does not cost that much. Heavy boring leather is not hard to get a hold of, especially if you're a skinner. So maybe you want to make one for yourself. Maybe you don't. But if you're looking at selling it, like I said, I would try linking it in chat first. See if anyone even wants it. If not, then you can definitely make other things with that heavy borean leather. We have a mace here for... looks like another boomkin or a healer. A dagger that nobody wants because nobody uses daggers. I guess a rogue maybe, because that's actually not bad at all. That actually does more damage than my current staff, which is decent, very decent. I have a lack of agility on mine. We did recently switch out our staff. A lot of the stuff, the new gear that I'm getting it's replacing stamina with either hit, or I'm sorry, it's replacing agility with either hit or haste. And I have been kind of on the fence about a lot of it. Let's see, like that there. We got rid of a ring, I think, that we had that already had agility on it, but it gave us haste, attack power, and crit, which kind of makes up for agility. Also gives you a little bit of stamina, if I remember correctly. But I do think in Wrath of the Lich King, the stats are a bit different. I'm not really worried about it at the moment, just because, I mean, these are all green items, as you can tell. We still do have our Gladiator piece from level 70. So we did switch out some of these items. That neck piece is another one I switched out. Had agility on our previous one. We switched out and sold it. We still have not found a decent headpiece. This one doesn't even have agility on it. This one we switched out agility for the haste and additional stamina, I think, that was on this one, compared to the one that we had that had agility. At the same time, don't get me wrong, guys, you can definitely keep the agility ones. It's not going to do anything bad. It'll definitely help you out, because agility as a druid does give you different things in the feral form, I want to say. If you're just like healing, or you are tanking in bear form, agility is not going to do anything for you. But if you're a cat, it's going to be up to you on how you guys want to play. Most of the things that I did switch out also gave a lot more armor, so I think the previous one that we had only gave like 120 something armor, which is why I went ahead and did the upgrade there. But like I said, these are also a lot of green items. We're still only level 73. The cap is 80, so I'm not worried about just switching out gears. We're going along. At least not like too concerned about it. Looks like here, once you get exalted with them, you also get to learn how to use a penguin. Or not use a penguin, but it's just like a pet that you get. They do have a two-handed polearm, which is actually really good. But you do need to get revered, and this is also level 78. We'll try to remember about this one. Depending on what we have moving forward, we may come back for that one. But I've actually gotten honored just from doing the quest originally, which started over here in this area. I think that, like I said, the first guy you talk to is in this area. And then you get quests throughout here, and then it also gives you a whole bunch of quests here. There is repeatable ones that you can do, which I think it's actually back over here. Is it this? Preparing for the worst. Yeah, that is one of them. That's actually really easy. If you pick up that quest, it just has you run around in this area here picking up baskets, but that is for these guys. And I do think there's other places where you do these guys as well. Probably anywhere by the water and stuff. I don't know that 100%. But clearly you can still get stuff for them. One of the things you guys may want to look at is to see if killing certain things in certain areas will give you reputation with them. If it does, my suggestion would also be, if you guys want to, obviously you don't have to, but if you want to, say the guys right up here along this ledge, they look kind of like the Frenzied Heart guys, but they're not. They're like weird panda looking things, like badgers or something. Where are they at? They're usually like right here. There we go. That's that guy right there. So I think they're like badgers. They're called Snowfall Glade Wolvars. You can see the full name down there in the bottom right while I'm highlighting over it. So say you're killing these guys and they give you, 10 is that a player? That is a player. That is a rogue. 75. He will destroy me. Usually they will stun lock you, so we're not going to mess with him. But anyway, say you're killing these guys and they'll give you reputation for these guys. That's something you might want to consider, just farming kills. Instead of doing, well, not instead of, but you can do the dailies, and then you can also still do the extra stuff, like what I was just talking about, just farming the kills as well along with it. That'll definitely help you guys out. And then the last thing here, once again, I thought this was the best fishing pole in the game. We found this one. So as you can tell, it does require level 300. And it actually has a lot of attack power on it, which is crazy. Even gives you underwater breathing, which is also pretty crazy. So if you guys can get exalted with them, maybe this is something you guys want to pick up. I mean, clearly with druids, it gives an extra 1844 in cat, bear, dire bear, moonkin form, all that stuff. I'm sure at level, what level is this? It doesn't even say the level. It just says exalted and 300 for the fishing. I was thinking that would probably be a level 80 item. So technically, if I get exalted with them, I can pick that up right now and automatically be doing more damage with my fishing pole. But yeah, if you can get exalted with these guys, definitely pick up this, whether it's for fishing or not. Some people, you know, when they switch out their weapon for fishing, they forget to switch back. This will not hinder you too much. As you can tell, it still does 186.5 damage per second. So definitely something that's still helpful. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is going to take me a minute to get there, guys. We're actually going to run over to this Wyrmrest place here. I will keep you guys with me since I have not shown you guys this area. We're not going to skip over this part just yet. That way you guys can see the area a little bit here. And you can also see, I mean, the creatures, like the enemies in the area. Hopefully that rogue moved further along. If not, he's probably trying to come up to me right now, sprinting while he's invisible. But yeah, so a lot of these creatures you don't have to fight, like this guy here. I think we ended up killing him for a mission later on, but you don't have to fight him right now. One of the things that made me mad about this area is they give you a quest where you have to pick up these little pups. And you don't kill them, you just pick them up, you put them in a bag, and you actually take them back to the guys down there. It was, I thought it was going to be a daily, but evidently it's not. But obviously these red ones here are going to attack you. When I was killing a red one and I still had the quest for the pups, another druid, a Tauren druid, in his flight form, came by, grabbed all the pups out from under me while I was fighting, and he took off. I was going to attack him, and then I realized he was level 76, and at the time I was only level 72. So I was like, hey, he earned that one. You know, that was smooth. I probably would have done the same thing. So I just let him take him, and we didn't mess with it from there. And of course, we're going to have to go down through a bad area here just to get up to the other side. Is that the temple there? I think it is, yeah. Okay, I thought we were actually going to have to fight some stuff coming down through here, but we're fine. Why? Who's green there? This is a whole bad area. Who's green? You're green? Why are you green? Oh, is it because I'm neutral with with them now? No, everything else is still bad. Why is it just the one guardian? Okay, whatever.
They need a target.
Okay. I was gonna help him. His health was actually really low, if I read that right. I don't know why. It's just an NPC. But yeah, so let's get over to this Wyrmrest area. I think I was calling it Wyrmrest. It's Wyrmrest Temple. And the whole reason that I wanted to show you guys this over here is because you also get reputation with them. So I want to show you the Quartermaster here. Obviously doing the quest for them is how you would get the reputation for them. I'm just looking to see if there's like horde in the area. I thought that was a horde attacking him from the back. And as you can see here, I'm already friendly with them. If not, these guys would be yellow. At least I think I'm friendly with them. Reputation, yeah. So the very first quest you get, they will have you come and they'll have you talk to this guy right here. Which with him, you can see here that you can get to the middle tier up top, and then you can also get to the very top. I don't know where the actual flight path is. We'll have to find it real quick. Because even the, and this is technically the inn here. You can see there's an innkeeper, but it does not give you rested XP, so be careful with doing it here. The Quartermaster is at the very top. The very top. I think it's called like the Queen's Rest or something like that. We will check that out in a second. We're going to turn these in along the way and grab the new ones. Was there another one down here? No, it's probably at the very top. I don't think I've seen anything on the middle one, but that also might be where the flight path is. But let's come out here because it could even be right here. Ah, there we go. So I did not get the flight master. That explains why I couldn't fly here. Now I can. Oh, I'm used to seeing dragons fall in this area, but was that a person? It wasn't the dragon right there, right? I could have swore I saw a person fall. And it was like right here in this area. I swear that was a person. Maybe I'm just blind, guys. I don't know. So to get to the top, you wouldn't use the flight path. You'll come over here and talk with this guy again. I'll go to the middle one just to show you guys. Like I said, there's nothing there. So we'll go to the middle. It's going to fly us out and then around and then back up in there. You don't have to worry about any of these dragons. None of them are going to attack you or anything like that. Even I think flying through here, like if you're on your flight form or even your mount, I still don't think they attack you. As you can see, there's literally nothing here. I don't know if maybe at some point you'll have a quest to give to this guy or maybe speak with the dragons or something. But there's nothing out on this side over here. And I ran to the other side as well over there. There was nothing there either. Although this one's showing that the quest is actually here. None of these guys have the question mark. The other one had an arrow, but I think they're both up top. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go up top because I don't even think there's any other people on the ground. It's just this one guy, and then there's the dragons out here. There's dragons out there, and then dragons here. So let's go to the top, which is this one.
Fully alive.
And then where is that? Over there, the broken ice area with the path with it. That is how you go underneath the place. But like I said, there it is only level 80 stuff, so there's no point in going down there yet. Right here, you'll just basically follow that broken path, and it goes underneath the entire temple. We'll come here. See, I think I talked with this guy the last time. It's how you get back down. Yeah, this is how you get back down. I could have swore that that was the flight path. I guess I just read it wrong. There's the queen. Yeah, queen of the dragons. And then there is her consort.
What can I do for you?
Grab these.
See you around. Be careful.
Or not grab them, but turn them in.
What brings you here? Till next we meet. Be careful.
And then there's a quartermaster. Did I miss a quartermaster? Was it on the first floor? It's not you.
How may I help?
You.
Good luck, friend.
It's not the queen.
Sinu Aminore. Al Diel Shalom.
You.
Very good.
Hey there.
Not you. Oh, is it you? Yeah, I was
Safe
gonna say I
travels.
could have swore it was up top. So here she is. This is the Wyrmrest Accord Quartermaster.
Hello.
Click on her. As you can see, we can already wear this. Now this one, as you can see, this is what I thought the other one did before. It says that because we're already friendly with them, we can already buy this. You can see there it says requires Wormrest Accord friendly. But once you actually wear this one, it says you champion the cause of the Wyrmrest Accord. All reputation gains while in level 80 dungeons will be applied to your standing with them. I thought that this is what the other tabards did, but all of those other ones I think are just for looks, because you can't even buy them until you're exalted. With this one, if you equip it, and then every time you do a dungeon, the reputation that you get for doing any dungeon will automatically go towards the Wyrmrest Accord. So that is how you would end up getting exalted with these guys. It is definitely something that is possible, but I think with this one it actually takes a while. With any of the ones in these areas, it actually takes a while, just because at the moment that was how they started slowing down the experience gain, or not experience gain, but the reputation gain, and that's how they kind of made the game replayable, because obviously once you're level 80 they still need something for you to do end game. So obviously you'll want to get reputation with them, you'll want to get reputation with the Kalu'Ak or whatever they were called, you'll want to get reputation with the oracles and the frenzied heart or whatever the frenzied people are called. You'll still want to get reputation with Valiant's Keep. There's just every area has like one or two different things you'll want to get reputation with. But anyway, let's take a look and see what they have here. If I'm not mistaken, because even the tabard says that is level 80, I think a lot of this stuff may even be level 80, but I'm not sure because I did not look at a lot of this stuff because I already knew I couldn't afford it. Or not that I couldn't afford it, but that we weren't going to buy any of it yet because we barely got friendly with them. So yeah, this first item right here, level 80, but it does permanently add 25 arcane resistance and 30 stamina to a head slot item. We have a cloth waist piece here, which is actually only level 78. That's not bad. Sword, level 78. What is that? Wrist piece, 78. Back piece, 78. Chest, 78, which is also plate. We have tailoring for a 32 slot enchanting bag. So this would be for enchanters, just like the ammo pouch and all the other bags we were just looking at. Chest piece for plate wear. We have a single-handed mace here, which is actually not bad, but this looks like it would be for a healer or a boomkin or something along those lines. Keep in mind when I always say that, you can still use it as, you know, whatever other class you are, as long as you can use a mace. I'm just thinking as a druid, so I apologize for that. If a priest can use mace, then hey, go for it. I don't know if they can, because I've never had a priest, but obviously if a priest can use a one-handed weapon, and this looks like a good weapon for you, with the spell power, the haste, you know, the intellect that's on it, hey, go for it. I have no issues with that. Like I said, I apologize, I'm just thinking as a druid whether I want it or not. We have feet here for plate wear. We have cloth for wrist for a cloth wear, level 80. There would be our first piece that I would actually want or get, which is a leather piece for the wrist, but we do have to have exalted, and we also have to be level 80 for them. There's a really nice cloth piece that would actually be for, I want to say, priest or mage or warlock. I would think more mage and warlock. I don't know. I know priests use a lot of spirit and intellect, but I don't know how their spell power works. I don't know. I mean, obviously priests don't have to be healers, but when I say priest, I always think healer. But obviously this can be used for like a shadow priest or a what is it, discipline priest? I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I think they just call it disc, DISC. So I'm thinking discipline. I could be totally wrong about that. I don't know. We have another leg piece here for plate wearers, level 80. Hands for a male wear, also level 80. We have an actual mount here that you can buy. Granted, it's 1900 gold, but it is Reigns of a Red Drake, so I think it's actually one of these right here. But like I said, you know, 1900 gold. You also have to be you have to have your level 300 riding skill, and you have to be exalted with them. And then we do have a jewel crafting piece here, which not bad, not something I would use. This would probably be for a tank. I don't know how much they would use parry rating. I know they would use more defense and stamina. Not sure on the parry rating. Maybe, I don't know. And then why is this one a different color? Why does that look like that? Binds to Blizzard account. Oh, so you can actually buy this and give it to another character, but I would assume that if you give it to another character on your account, they still have to be level 80 and they still have to be revered. So that's kind of dumb. Doesn't make sense to me, but hey, whatever. But it permanently adds 30 spell power and 10 mana per 5 seconds to a head slot item, and then enchanting the item causes it to become soulbound. So yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen one. I mean, I have, but it's been a really long time since I've seen one that go. Well, I don't know about the color of that. I'm mainly thinking about Blizzard bound account items. And then the last thing that we have here that I wanted to talk about just real quick, guys, is the newest, what would it be called? The newest add-on that I've been using. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed. I have had it on this whole time. So looking at different pieces of items here, let's go back and click on him, her, etc.
What brings
That's
you
a female.
here?
Yeah.
Hello.
So looking at the items here and looking at the items I have, when you scroll over an item, as you can see there down on the bottom left of that box, that is a new thing that I have there. It says item level 146. Keep in mind this is going to be a little tricky. if I have this weapon here and it's doing 114.7 damage, gives me 84 stamina, you know, like everything that's on there, the 838 in cat bear, dire bearer, moonkin form, all that stuff, and it has attack power by 91. If I find another weapon that is similar to this, but instead of stamina it gives me agility, and it also says item level 146, that means that those two weapons are technically rated the same. The only difference between those is one is based off of stamina, the other one's based off of agility. As a feral druid, you're always going to want to go with agility over any other stat. The reason why I'm saying that is because in Outlands, which was the Burning Crusade, that's, I believe, when they started doing like actual gear scores in the game. And I've been wondering what my gear score is. I remember I had an add-on before. I don't know what it was called before. I think it's just an overall one that worked with something else. I think it had to do with the carbonite thing. But I looked for a more current one. The one I found is called Taco Tip, if I remember correctly. I can actually tell you guys here. Let's see here. Add-ons. So yeah, it's called Taco Tip. It tells you gear score and talents, which I'll show you the talents part here in a second. I mainly wanted to show you guys this. So you can see here my overall gear score is 1616 as a level 73. I don't think that's good. I think it's decent, which is why it's green, but I don't think it's good. And then the item level is 142. That is my overall item level, I think, like my average of everything. But if you look here, everything on here has an item level. So what I'm going to start doing, and keep in mind, this is still going to be kind of iffy depending on how you're looking at weapons and everything. So what was the piece that we had? Was it these? One of these. Here we go. So as you can see there, that item level is 200 compared to the one that I have right now, which is only 146. So what I'm going to start doing is when I get new pieces of gear, I may compare them that way, because like I said, a lot of the stuff is having me switch out agility for stamina just because, you know, we're upgrading and everything. If I find something that has stamina but it's still the same gear score, even if it looks like it might be better, I might just start comparing the item levels. You guys don't have to do this. Obviously it's not something that was in the game before. They had to make an add-on for it, so it's not something that has to be done, but it'll definitely help you guys out with, you know, trying to pick which one you want. That is just a quick reference for me as far as looking at the gear scores and the item levels and everything. And then the second part of the taco tip thing, there's actually quite a few parts, but the main two things that I wanted to get in it is that, and then you can also see more information about actual people. So when I target someone, like if I click on myself, we have that target there. If I look at this, I can't see anything down there in the bottom right. It just says party options, but that's because this is my thing here. If we look at our target thing there, so if I like hover over her, you can see I'm targeting. You can see it says that she's with the Wyrmrest Accord. She's a PvP target, and her target means she's not targeting anything. It's none. If we do our own face up here, you can see it gives us a lot more information. This also works with other people. So I can see my own gear score, 1616, which it will show me even horde gear scores if I click on them. It'll show my level, it'll show the class that I'm playing, which is Druid. It even shows how I have my talents spec'd. So my talents, you can see on Feral Combat, I have 0 in the first tree, 48 in the second tree, and 16 in the last tree. And what I mean by the trees is this here. So basically I have 0 in my balance. I have the 48 here, and then we have 16 here. That's what it means. Now keep in mind, the 16 here could be any 16 points anywhere. The 48 here could be any 48 anywhere. But at the same time, it gives you a hint as to who you are fighting. So like those frost mages, if I had this on, I could 100% tell you they're frost mages. I'm only about 99% sure. That's still a high number, and I'm pretty sure I was not wrong about that, but who knows, maybe they were only using frost attacks and they were arcane mages or something. But that clicking on, you know, hovering over them and using this tooltip definitely would have let me know, hey, they were actually, you know, arcane mages. They were just using the frost ones to try to slow me down until they can build up like an arcane missile or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, so that is going to be it for this one, guys. I just wanted to go over everything with you. So after this area here, once we're done, which we are almost done. Now I say almost, but I also don't know how many more quests we're going to get. We did basically the left side of the map already. The stuff that I have here, I think we're also going to have to turn in up here somewhere. And then the stuff I have here is also probably going to go back here. And then some of them are going to come here. But as you can see, we have 2 more over here, 1 more down here. 1 there, 1 there. So even these quests might turn into going into other areas. Of course, one of them is going to try to take us into Naxxramas, which we're not going to do. I actually had someone try to invite me into this one, AN. I don't even know what this place is. I don't think I've ever ran this place. And he's like, "Hey man, you wanna run this place with us?" And I was like, No, I'm good, because I don't want to go over the whole thing of, you know, letting them know, hey man, I don't know this dungeon, I don't know how hard it is, I don't know how easy it is, I don't know how you guys play, I don't want to join your Discord, I don't want to talk in chat. I'm a very independent person when it comes to things like that, so the last thing I want to do is kind of jump into that. Plus, we're making our push towards 80. I'm not really worried about running dungeons at the moment, because the dungeons that you're going to be running on the way to level 80, eventually you're going to switch out that gear anyway. So the only thing that you're really working on at that point is either reputation or trying to get gear. The gear is going to be moot at some point, because like I said, you're going to hit level 80 and you're going to be looking for new gear anyway. So the main reason to do it would be the reputation, and I'm not really, you know, worried about the reputation at the moment. Don't get me wrong, we're definitely going to be grinding once we hit 80 for reputation, doing dailies and things like that, but at that point also those dungeons are going to be a lot easier as well, and I would have no problem going back and doing those. So I'm not really worried about it at the moment, but like I said, you know, we'll figure it out as we go along. If there is one point where, you know, someone approaches me in a decent manner and I actually have time where I can actually do a dungeon, I'll probably do it. At the moment when he approached me, I was in the middle of like turning in a quest, and it was a pretty big quest thing that I was doing. So why is this? Do I have? I already did this horn quest, didn't I? It's a guy that like walks back and forth right here. Is he up top? Oh look, a buyer has been found for my elixir. I think I sold that for like 15 gold. The whole reason that my Eternium bars did not sell, guys, was because someone undercut me, so I did repost it though. This is going to be an interesting battle. But anyway, yeah, like I said, make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. I would definitely appreciate any feedback you guys would give me down in the chat section. Definitely helps me out with, you know, knowing whether you guys are liking the videos or not. You guys have been absolutely amazing with, you know, leaving comments, liking the videos in the past. I definitely encourage you guys to keep that up. It definitely helps me out. Helps out the channel, helps out the overall, you know, I guess, thing with the channel. And we're probably going to die here. Oh, God, get that off. There we go. But yeah, so keep that up. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure you're liking the channel if you like it. If you don't like it, don't like it, or dislike it, whichever you guys decide to do. Either way, I am content with that. Just any type of feedback, hitting the like button, the dislike button, leaving comments, all of that is considered feedback, and it definitely helps out. Lets me know, you know, if you guys are actually liking them, or if you're even watching the whole thing. Comments that I get are the best. I want to say thank you to Victor. He has been commenting a ton on my channel, which you are amazing, dude. I definitely appreciate, you know, you reaching out and you know, viewing the channel as much as you are, and actually leaving the comments and everything. It really helps out, man. I really appreciate that. Also, guys, he has left his link in one of my previous channels where I allowed it. Check out Gaming with Mozart II. That is his channel. He definitely does a lot of older games and everything, but they are also really interesting. He has a lot of guides, a lot of tips, things like that. Really good gameplay on there. Definitely check it out. I think the last one he did was posted today, which was oh, what was it? Street Rage, Rage in the Streets of Rage. One of those guys. I apologize, Victor. I can't remember the name of the actual game. But I did just watch it, and it was pretty awesome. I myself did not expect that to be such a short video. I expected it to be a little bit longer. Even taking out that boss the way you did, that was actually really quick. He never even had a chance to use a boomerang, which to me that was hilarious. But yeah, man, I think we've come a long way in gaming. Definitely appreciate all of your help, your feedback, everything like that. And to everyone else, if you guys are interested in, you know, posting your channels and everything, go back on one of my previous videos. I think it was probably, honestly, I want to say it was like maybe 5-6 videos ago. You'll have to take a look there, see where I did allow it. If you post it on this one, I will delete it just because I'm only allowing it where I do allow it, and I appreciate you guys not posting it, you know, just out of a respect thing, unless I allow you guys to post that. But if you guys want to see when I am posting new videos, definitely hit the notification bell icon. Also, on top of just hitting the notification bell icon, there is a 73 mage right there. Do not attack me, dude. We are the same level. Oh, and it doesn't actually show his gear score. Oh, crap. I wanna see more of his information. Let's see if we can read this. Is that you? That's not you. He flew away, didn't he? I think he did. Nope, he's there. He's over there. Where is he? There he is. It's not going to show it. Yeah, so it actually doesn't show it for the horde. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, I'll stay away from you. I was just looking. But yeah. So with the notification bell icon, what I was saying though is make sure you guys are actually hitting that notification bell icon and then click on it again. There's a little drop down arrow on there. It lets you guys set up how you want those notifications. If you want to see every time I do post a channel, you'll have to go in there and click on notify all. What that means is it'll notify you for every single video that I do put out. If you only click on the notification bell icon and you leave it alone without doing anything else, it won't show you all of those. What it'll do, and I think he's looking for me. There's no reason for him to fly around this place. So it'll definitely let you guys know about all of my videos. If you only click on it and you don't click the all thing, it'll only sometimes let you know about the notifications. It'll only notify you sometimes. If you click all, it will tell you every single time I post a video. So make sure you guys are on top of that. I know I always say click that notification bell icon, but I wanted to give a little clarity on that because YouTube changed that, I want to say about 6 months ago, something like that, and not a lot of people still know about that. So only clicking that button is not going to do very much if you're not doing the all portion of it. But thanks again, appreciate each and every one of you. Put as many likes as you guys can on the channel. Like I said, definitely helps out. But thanks again. I will see you guys all in the next video.